All right, everybody, good evening. Happy Monday, October 14th, 2024. Your outpost on the West Coast out here in sunny Southern California. Check it out. Check it out. We're all done with Bill Balker's USHobbies Denver Rio Grande L131. It's a 2884 articulated locomotive made in Japan of all brass construction and imported by USHobbies many years ago. And according to Bill Balker, the owner of this particular model here, and I was with him, I think, when it happened, but he purchased this from Gary Schrader. This came from Gary Schrader's collection. So it's a well taken care of model. I guess Gary bought it, but didn't really wind up ever doing anything with it and kept it up in his closet somewhere. But as you can see, she came out fantastic. Weathering with the oils and the oil products was just fantastic. The weathering on this is stunning. And weathering on this is stunning, and I could have never pulled it off without using the oils and the weathering products and stuff like that. And I had a vision going into this. This is how I wanted to weather it, and I knew I was going to have to wind up using the oil products. I had been using the oil products on my armor modeling builds and my big rig builds, so I kind of wanted to do it here on in our O scale models. But she is just absolutely beautiful. This locomotive is huge. It's absolutely ginormous. And it did involve a lot of work. It took me about 8 months to get her complete as I turn on the overhead lights. It took me about 8 months. Usually it takes me about 2 years to do one of these. As you guys know, my big rig builds, just usually to build one model, takes me almost 2 years, as I add so much to them and stuff like that. And burnout is very real. Even though you may love your hobby and this is something you may want to do or have done and want to start doing it again, burnout from doing these projects here is extremely a real thing. So proceed in baby steps, comfortable steps. One morning when you got nothing to do or you're real relaxed and you feel like doing train stuff, then by all means, that would be a perfect time to attack any type of project like this. But if you're just going to make it like your full-time job, you're probably going to get burned out. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The oily soot around the smokestack. Now I did get discouraged here, and I kind of put the model aside actually for a couple months. I didn't know how to attack the following problem, and I have seen these problems in certain steam engines from time to time, in brass steam engines. And I'll tell you what that problem was. It was up here up front. We finally went ahead and tackled it last night. It came out so good. I said first thing this morning, we're going to start touching up some paint and finish painting this area here and button her up and get her ready for her finale, which is what we're doing right now. And she's done. Other than a couple little touches like putting some numbers in our number boards. I was never able to locate the correct number 3 for the other side. So the other side only has 607 underneath the cab. We'll find that correct number 3 or have to redo it all. And let me see what else. The model does come with these extra ash pens. I think these go like this. There you go. Come with these extra ash pens that you install underneath. Kind of like underneath there. When you complete it with the model, and it just makes her look so much more better. If you install these and you haven't put the model together, you'll never get the cab or the boiler off of the frame. There's no clearance. So these have to be removed in order for you to have clearance to lift the boiler off of the frame and clear the motor. The motor is the big roadblock there. In order to do that, once you're done with the model, you fixed all the short circuits and it runs perfect and you're ready to ship it out, then go ahead and install your ash pens. And the problem I had here that was very discouraging because it meant I was going to have to tear up a lot of the factory solder joints and ladders and these pedestal steps up here was I noticed, and I've seen these before in other models, where the cylinders were sitting like this. The whole cylinder chest there. Steam chest, is that what they call that? Or whatever. They should be like this, like how they look right now, once I fixed them. But they were like this, and it was really bothering me because when it was unpainted brass, it wasn't that noticeable, especially when it was in pieces. When I put everything together and it was already painted, it was very noticeable. So I was very discouraged. I knew I was going to have to bust all these solder joints, take all this apart to get at these, to attempt to get at the fix to fixing these. These come off from underneath. So you just flip the model upside down, they unbolt and stuff. But why were they not sitting right was the issue, and I had to break a lot of stuff. Resolder it back on. This kind of came loose right now as I was filming this video. They're setting up the shot. But we're not going to resolder it on. We're shooting the video just as is. We'll solder that later on and get ready for shipping. Let's see. Let's check out the other side real quick. Hold on one second. All right, so here's the other side. So let's check it out. Like I said, kind of busted these pedestal steps here while we were setting up for the video. But that's an easy fix. Just an absolutely beautiful model. Let's let this commercial play through so we can enjoy some music here in a bit. Yeah, anyways, YouTube doesn't let you get rid of those commercials anymore so easily. And here's those ash pans that we'll install once the model is good to go. We'll go like that. No, we'll go. No, we'll go something like that. No, I got it. Something like that. Well, anyway, something like that. Hope you can see that. Anyways, the weathering looks even more impressive in person than it does here on your screen. I am so happy, and that is going to be probably my go-to weathering technique for my personal steam engines from now on, because I can back it off and control it, make it heavy, make it light, mix it up.
They call a barrel house Bessie from Bays in the street. She used to yodel cadenzas for the social elite. And then she happened to meet the kid with the drum and the Dixieland beat. He was the barrel house baron of Macon, GA. His name was Muggles McGregor, and he wore a toupee. He taught poor Bessie to care, but she couldn't dig.
Let's come over here. So pretty much that's it for today. We're gonna film when we first got this model about 8 months ago. We took it out of the box. I benched tested the drive by itself with no boiler on. It was all undecorated brass, and we did a real cool video where it was on a mirrored base. We played Led Zeppelin's Going to California. And I talked about all you guys being artists as opposed to modelers, and that's still my personal opinion. Modeler is the more modern title, but basically what we all are here, what we do with our imaginations, what we see in our head, and then we make it come to life in front of us with our trains in one form or another. Yeah, we're artists. We're like Picasso or Rembrandt or Rodin or you name it. Anyways, guys, we'll be right back. I'm going to get that mirrored base. We're going to set the locomotive up. We're going to put power to it and see if we can replicate what we did about 8 months ago with Led Zeppelin's Going to California song. Hold on 1 second. We'll be right back. Let me set it up.
Made up my mind, making you start. Going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes, flowers in her hair. danger. It seemed that the wrong of the God's got a punch on the nose and it's starting to blow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach it in time. I see you up there with the pavement strand. Find the queen without a king. They say she plays guitar and cries and sings. Oh, she sings. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never, never, never been born. Standing on a hill in the mountains.